everyone, how's it going today? Chelsea Face here. I am excited to give you another manga haul. This one isn't as large as some of my past ones have been lately. I've been trying to be a little more picky about what I pick up. What I have here is stuff that I was just really in the mood to pick up. And yeah, let's just jump into it, okay? I've been doing a lot of chores, so I haven't brushed my hair today, so I look kind of gross, but that's kind of the vibe. Dirty Tuesday kind of thing. Okay, so these are the ones that I have read. I'll go through those first. First, I have A Condition Called Love. This is by Megumi Morino, Volume 2. I really loved Volume 1. It's about a guy who ends up getting broken up with, and this girl is just very kind to him because she sees the situation, and then he ends up like falling for her pretty hard, like quickly and really hard, and their romance, their budding trial run of a romance. And the covers are really sweet. It's like this nice soft matte. It's a Kodansha, so it is $10.99, but it is one of their cheaper releases, and I'm really glad they kept it that way because honestly I'm tired of paying $14, $15 per volume with some of these manga publishers, so I'm very happy to be picking this one up. I've heard good things about it and I like this volume. The next thing I picked up is Volume 5 of Imokoi or Imokoi by Ayuko Hata. It is a really sweet shoujo romance. We've got Saitomi and Yagyu. Yagyu is very precious and looks like a bad boy, has the piercing, has the undercut, like he could beat you up, but he's actually pretty sweet. And then she is a pretty decent main character, I think. This is a shoujo beat series. The art's cute. I love watching this romance happen. It's just so soft and sweet and innocent, and I think that these characters are so fun to read about. The next thing I have finally came in. I had to return the first one because it was in such bad condition and not as described on the website. I have Volume 2 of Love and Lies. This is by Musawo, and these are the bigger Kodansha prints. Originally $12.99. I think I paid $5 or so for this. It's a little bit older of a series. When did this come out? 2015 in Japan. 2017. Yeah, 2017. So it is a little old. I'm just picking it up whenever I can find volumes for less than half price, or at least half price, and in decent enough condition. This was an ex-library copy, but the only thing you can tell that from is the stamp on the top. Doesn't bother me that much, especially with an older series that I just want to collect to read. It doesn't seem to be super phenomenal at this point. I just really like the concept of like an otome game and a guy having like a bunch of girls trying to get with him. Kind of like Shuffle back in the day. I watched that when I was younger. I like that concept. A harem, I guess, but not necessarily sexual, I guess. This doesn't really get that sexual, I don't think. These are young kids in Japan, in a dystopian kind of Japan, where the government chooses your spouse when you turn 18 or 16, so you get like a government notice that tells you who your spouse is going to be, and that's just how the world works, and you just marry that person and that's how you procreate. Like, they've done like tests and studies and they see who you're more compatible with. So it's very odd, very interesting. There's a lot of tension, a lot of drama, romance. It's got everything in it, and I just find it fun. I'm gonna keep going with this one. Next, I have Crossplay Love, Otaku X Punk. This is by Toru, and I love this. This is one of my favorite reads at the moment. The first volume was fun, but I didn't think I would like it this much. It has turned into just a chaotic mess, but it's so sweet. Everybody gets flustered all the time because they're just in love and they like each other and they got crushes. I fly through these volumes as soon as I get them, and the art's really cute. I love the characters, and I don't like the price. It's $13.99, brand new, and I get like a small discount on that, but I'm pretty much paying that price whenever I pick these up. It's 7 C's. I wish it were a little cheaper. They're pretty thin in my opinion. I do think that they are gouging prices on certain titles because they know people will like them, and that's a little frustrating, especially when you're taking a chance on a series. Luckily I did like this one, but I still think $14 is way too high for a volume of manga, especially when I fly through it in less than an hour. Luckily I do get a discount, so it is a little bit less. I could see why more people aren't picking these up because the cost is just too high, but it is a fun series. I will say that. Next, I went yesterday. I wish I had brought you with me, like a vlog video, to college nearby, like a big football college that I live near. They have a Barnes & Noble on their campus, and I got volumes 4 and 5 of Comey Can't Communicate. I have been looking for these, or at least number 4, for a long time in stores. I just like to pick Comey up when I'm in a store. I've never bought one online just because if I need an extra volume to get a discount, or if I just feel like buying one more or anything like that where I just need to fill space, I'm gonna get a volume of Comey and a couple of other series that I like to get as gap fillers. And they had volume 4, which made me really, really happy. So I picked that up. I got a discount. I got volume 5, which I haven't read yet, but I've read this one. I love Comey so far. It's super cute, funny. The layout for Coma does not bother me as much as I thought it would. I hope that this turns into what I want it to be. I'm way behind a lot of folks. Everybody keeps talking about volume 24, and I am scared to death what that means. The next thing I picked up, and I am currently reading, is The Ancient Magus Bride, Volume 2 by Kore Yamazaki. It is a fantasy story about a girl who is a slay beggy. That's what they call her kind. And she is sold as property to this magician who is like a, you can't really see him in this cover, but he's got like an animal bull or ram skull, and he has like a human body, but he's like a demon or something. I'm not quite sure what he is yet. I'm sure they'll explain that, but he used to be fae apparently. And it's just a fantastical story, and it's got a little bit of romance in it, I guess. There's magical creatures, like that's a fairy. And then I'm not sure what she is yet, but she's like his helper. It's just about magic and mystery, and it kind of has vibes of Holic or XXX Holic to me. Like the one in this one, they're trying to solve a case like you would in Holic, and I just get the same vibe. We'll see how that goes. It's definitely got like a weird overtone to it. So if you're not a fan of the buying and owning someone, which honestly I don't like about it, but we're gonna see where that goes. He acts like he wants to help her, so we'll see. The next thing I got is for adult eyes only, 17 plus apparently. I would say 18 plus in America, but you know, that's what's on the cover. We have Game Between the Suits by Mai Nishikata. I am not a huge fan of this series yet. I think the guy is like borderline abusive, like maybe even technically abusive. I don't remember every detail, but red flag after red flag just with him. And the girl is just taking it and just kind of being toxic with him. Not sure what the point of that is. It's just messy, smexy. I like parts of it. The art is getting better. I did not like it in the first volume at all, but the more I read it, the more I like it. But I think it's supposed to actually turn into a love story. I don't know. We'll see. The next one I got is In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. This is by Mika Yamamori, the same creator as Daytime Shooting Star, which I did not care for that one, but I do like this one so far. It's really cute. It's the bigger Kodansha prints, and the cover is all of this really pretty colors so far. This one's like a nice purpley violet. It's just about a girl who is kind of princely looking. She looks like a guy, very androgynous and beautiful, and then this guy who likes her. Fun. I like it. The next one I got, I should have showed this to y'all earlier, is volume 3 of Love and Lies. I have not read this one yet, but I am excited to have the next one to be able to continue it. It's got them as kids on the back. It's really cute. There's a lot of talk of fate and destiny in these, and I do sense some BL tendencies in this, and I'm really curious if that's the direction it's going or if I'm just totally misreading into that dynamic. The next thing I picked up is volume 7 of Mint Chocolate. This is by Mami Orikasa. You know, I liked this series when I started reading it. I want it to be really good, but I think it's been so long between releases that I have no idea what's going on and I don't care. But I am going to continue to collect it so that when I do reread it, I can make a final decision. Decide if I want to keep it in my collection or if I want to move on. But I remember really liking it in the beginning. I just think the cost is really high. It's $13. It's yen press, and they just don't put them out quick enough. Like this came out, when did this come out? Very recently. It just says 2023, like last month. And I feel like the one before that came out like 5 years ago. I don't know. If you know, cool. But they just take so long. I like the series. It's weird. It's got a stepbrother thing going, but they liked each other before they moved in with each other, so I don't think it's weird. I've never thought that romances like that are weird unless you're blood related to somebody or you've been living with them your whole life as if they're a sibling. That's where I draw the line, but to each their own. Some people think this is too far, but that's okay. You can not read it if you don't want to. Honestly, I don't know if it's worth it. I'm gonna read it just because I'm curious how it's gonna end. The next thing I got, actually my husband bought. This is one that I've been curious about as well. It's an omnibus of Blade of the Immortal. I like this edition the most. I'm not a big fan of the singles, and I'm not a fan at all of the collectors like hardcover editions that are all just gray and ugly. I'm sure they're wonderful quality. Like, collector's editions are usually pretty decent. I like the way this looks much better and feels in my hands. It seems a lot easier to flip through and read, and I like the way it looks on the shelf. But I've never read anything other than Wave, the first volume by this creator, and I did not like Wave. My husband hasn't read that one yet. We'll see what he thinks. But I want to read this one because it seems more up my alley. And I guess this has 3 volumes in it. Or is it 2? 1 to 3. Yeah. So these were originally published in 1997 and 1999. Yeah, this is like a classic seinen, I think, and it's won a ton of awards, so I'm excited to read this. It was $25. Ooh, he paid a lot for that. But yeah, we're gonna read it and see if we like it. And the last thing on this haul, don't judge me too much, okay? This is for adults only. I got this from Faku website because I used to watch Aki Dearest on YouTube. If you know who that is, cool. If you don't, not a huge deal. She's just a YouTuber who does anime manga content, and I used to be a big fan. I guess I just drifted off throughout the years. Nothing against the woman, but I just never watch much YouTube other than what me and my husband watch together, and then MangaTube. I don't really just watch a bunch of stuff like I used to back in college. I bought her comic manga. It's a large size, but it is technically a manga. Like, it's black and white and drawn, and it's called My Housemaid is a Tentacle Monster. It's written by Aki Dearest and art by GY Guy. Yeah, I don't know how you say their name, but I thought it was really pretty. The cover is really pretty. I thought it was going to be regular size. I did not know it was going to be this giant, like, trade paperback size. I guess when I purchased it, I could tell from the cover that it was going to be suggestive. I did not expect it to be actual smut, like hardcore smut going on in here, but it was. This is her self-insert character from what I understand, and then this is like a gag that she's had going on in her YouTube channel for years. She has like a little tentacle toy, and I remember that, so that's why I bought it, out of pure curiosity, just to see what the heck this was. I do still follow her on YouTube, on Twitter. It popped up, and I read it, and it's got her fully naked. It's got like penetration. It's comedy. Like, it's pretty funny, but also like kind of like super lewd. It's adult material for sure. But if you're into her channel, I guess this gives you some lore for her character and the tentacle monster guy. Maybe she's always had that story in her head. Maybe she just came up with it to do some marketing material like this. I don't know. But I'm glad I got it because it was such a weird read and I had to know what it was. And it wasn't too expensive, so I have this and I read it. So it's interesting. But yeah, that's all I have for this haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it, even though it wasn't as big as normal. I do have some things that I want to get on my next haul, and I'm really excited to show those to you when they come in. I just don't know when that will be. I've got a lot going on with my job right now, like all kinds of things. It's a lot of work. I'll be really busy, and I'm hoping to still make enough content to continue doing this because I really like it. It does keep me calm to read my manga and talk about it. It's like a therapy session for me. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I know that there's a percentage counter on how many people are subscribed and how many aren't, and I haven't looked at that because I don't want to know. But if you do like my content, especially if you've watched a couple of my videos and you haven't subscribed, just try it. Just subscribe, see if you like what I make, and if you don't, you can just go back later and unclick that button if you want. Just give me a shot, okay? I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Stay safe, read your manga, don't just let it sit on your shelf forever. I'm watching you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.